Hello and welcome to the Fisher Protocol, the show where saying The Who is the greatest band of all time is not subjective, but everything else is. Please take a quick second to like, subscribe, and share with your Who-minded friends. The Who is a passion of ours. This is more of a personal journey and no money is made from these videos. So liking and subscribing lets us know that we are not alone in Wholand. Constructive feedback is always welcome, either in the comments below or you can follow me as I spout Who-related content on Twitter and Instagram at Fisher Protocol. I am Ethan. I'm being joined today by my Who friends, Tom and Betts. We do not claim to be experts, just a couple folks who like to talk about the greatest rock and roll band of all time, The Who. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Not really a lot going on in Wholand these days. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
that's a lie. I don't want to bury the lead. Last week we were going to talk about the announcement of The Who playing in New Orleans for the Jazz Fest, and what that meant with the fan club going back online last week too, and how that was getting excited for dates. But The Who stole our thunder, and yesterday announced a full North American tour, starting in about 2 months. So I don't know about you guys. When I heard the news yesterday, I wanted to be excited, but the fear and dread that comes with having to get a ticket kind of overtook that, and the logistics of it overtook it. But because I'm like that, what do you guys think? What were you excited?
I hated it. Yeah, one of my coworkers got the Amex ticket, which immediately launched me into a whole, just a spiral of FOMO. I'm not even gonna lie. I told you guys I was to the point where I was rooting for my deceased father's wallet, looking for an Amex card. But my brother counseled patience, and so I'm just waiting to get that code from the fan club. But I hate this process. I won't lie. I hate it with every fiber of my being.
I think Tom is the opposite of us a little bit. He's able to lean back a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not worth stressing out about. I don't know. I mean, that's my viewpoint on a lot of things in life. But yeah, if I'm in the building and I get to see the show, I'm happy. I've done the fan club stuff. I've been, I think the closest I've been is like 12 rows back or whatever. And did I enjoy my show down there? Sure. Do I enjoy sitting down for the 2 hours? Just that first tier up? I love doing that too. So yeah, no arguments there. I will happily sit back and let the gods decide where I get to sit, and not get any more gray hairs than I already have over this.
And I know it seems like it's we're saying like it's dour. We're not. We're all just really excited. It's just We've been through it before and we know exactly how this works. And I know that, let's say something happens and I don't get tickets this week, I'm going to be at the shows that I want to go to. That's not in question. You know what I mean? It's just like the tickets come on sale. You'd rather get them right from the sale if you can. I believe the fan club presale, which I did sign up for, I'll get tomorrow. Of course, if you have an American Express, you're better than everyone else, and you get to get it yesterday. I understand, but it's just that they come out. You gotta figure out logistics. You gotta figure out money, all that kind of fun stuff. Which I have figured out. I figured out everything. Right now, I am scheduled to go to 2 shows. I'm going to Philadelphia and Washington D.C. The Philadelphia one will be my big main one with my son, which is a big deal. It'll be the second time he's seen the band. And those are in May. It's so close. They're doing it so close. It's so exciting. Like
I said, there's concerts from 2020 that were rescheduled and I still haven't seen yet.
You have tickets for some?
Yeah, I had tickets to go see Rage Against the Machine in August of 2020, and that show is still doesn't take place until August of 2022.
Yeah, I'm going to see New Order in September. And I've had those tickets for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Now I did see some, very, very relevant and not misplaced complaints about the shows in England that had to be rescheduled that have not been yet. I hope they get over there again for those folks. I really do. I think a lot of it has to do with Roger's already scheduled a Use It or Lose It tour in between this one over there. In fact, let's see. Let's do my first special effect here. Let's take a look. The Who hits back. 2022 North American tour. I mean, are they calling? Is Variety calling The Who rock and roll's greatest achievement? I don't know. I think they are. I like the name The Who Hits Back. It's a play on The Who Hits 50, of course, right? And it's like hitting back against the pandemic, which, I'll take it. I
didn't think of it that way, but that is pretty good.
Yeah. Even though by then we'll be in Humicron, whatever. Yep. So pre-sale starts tomorrow for us. Let's go over the backing band, okay? We got guitarist and backup singer Simon Townsend. Never heard of him. Hope he's good. Keyboardist.
I think I had a solo album back in 1980, Giggity or whatever. Yeah.
His solo album, Among Us. I know people like Denial. I'm a big Simon Townsend fan.
I liked it.
Yeah. But Among Us is one of my favorite albums of all time. I got to see him at a shitty little DC bar called the Bayou, and many others. I saw him perform in like Sam Goody's, promoting that record with his son. So always nice to see Simon. Love him. Keyboardist Lauren Gold. He's been with them for quite a while. He's very good. Emily Marshall. I don't know if I'm familiar or if she's been around. Do you guys know?
Don't recognize.
John Button has been the bassist for a while. He's been with them. Drummer Zach Starkey, thank God. Billy Nichols is back. Orchestra conductor Keith Levinson. I think he's the same gentleman from before. He did some sweet Eddie Vedder podcast interview thing during a pandemic. Principal violinist Katie Jacoby. We all love her.
Yep.
For that big bob at the end. And principal cellist Audrey Snyder. So with Keith Levinson, that means that there's going to be an orchestra.
Oh no.
Before I say how I feel about the orchestra, I would like to know what you guys feel about the orchestra. And Bets, before we go, did you see Moving On?
I did not.
Okay.
Okay.
Tom, did you see Moving On? I think you did, right?
I did, yeah. It was my first Who show at Madison Square Garden.
All right.
And yeah, I loved it. I had a great time.
Yeah. I love the orchestra. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, forever, so I'm up for it.
I understand that the orchestra. I assumed that this would be a continuation of the other tour, which meant an orchestra. So I assumed they would be there. I assume that once you find something like Katie Jacoby doing Bob O'Reilly at the end, you don't let that go, because that is such a moment. I believe the more musicians they have, they can do different things they don't normally do. That's more interesting for us and them, and maybe it makes them less tired, because I don't know if anyone knows this, but they're in their mid-70s. Okay? So, if you have any complaints about said orchestra in the general fandom, you will find no quarter here. I don't want to hear it, and I don't care about your babyish opinions, quite frankly.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Betsy, how do you feel about that? Because I'm really not trying to write flamethrowers, but yesterday there were so many people just complaining about the orchestra.
Yeah, I saw that. And as far as I'm concerned, like I told you, they can have puppets and I'll still go. I don't care. I just want to see them. So orchestra, no orchestra, I'm fine. I'm perfectly cool with all of it. But yeah, there was a lot of unhappy people who were like, I'm not buying tickets now. I'm not going to go watch the orchestra. And I'm like, cool, more chances for me to get a ticket. So.
Or I can stretch out or whatever, don't be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why are they touring? They don't need the money. It's like, well, everybody else in the production does, so let them do it. Who cares? Good God.
Best news, they're going on May 15th. They're playing in Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I think they moved to a bigger venue. I don't know what they're doing about all the old tickets and if they're just being traded in for those places. for the rescheduled ones, because the ones here were rescheduled. They weren't officially canceled like in the UK. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I know some bands just canceled it just so you can get your money back because times are tough or whatever, and having that cash in hand is nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over these real quick. And guys, we got other news, but it's tour stuff. It's high end stuff here. This is, this whole meeting was supposed to be about how I think we're going to have a big Who year in 2022, and it's already started, so that's great. You look at these dates. They're in Florida. That's your neck of the woods.
I was trained for the Hard Rock show, but the Hard Rock is only 3,000 seats, so I knew that was off the table. Jacksonville was going to be my backup. They added that Tampa show, and a really close friend of mine was like, "Are you going to Tampa?" I'm like, "Oh, Tampa's not on the itinerary." And then he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, "I'm going to Tampa." So I believe it's the same venue that I saw them in 2000. If so, I'm super stoked. It was kind of a cool venue, and I'm very happy. Tampa's rather close to where I live, so it's very convenient for me. I'm pretty happy.
Is Tampa near Brandon?
I believe so. I believe it's all west coast of Florida. I'm not real big on specifics over there because I don't travel much. I just know Tampa is that way. That way, they're west.
I got a relative in Brandon.
Yeah.
Why am I? Hey, can I swim in your pool for 2 days and go see the Who? Thanks. I was thinking about Cincinnati, but that show's not for me. That's for other people from Cincinnati. And quite frankly, if the tour ends after May 15th, I kind of won't be upset. I just really want them to get back there. I want people to have that experience. Mm-hmm. But 5 days later, me personally, I'm going to see the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. I've seen the Who there many, many, many times. Definitely saw Quadrophenia there more than once. I saw the many 2006 shows there. I saw the very first show of 2006 in that arena.
Me too.
Yeah, we've shown this before, and I've gone over that video and pointed myself out in the crowd. Yeah. What was it? Peeping Tom opening?
Yeah, they got booed off the stage.
Yeah, they got booed off the stage.
They were atrocious.
You like Mike Patton, Bets?
I do like Mike Patton, but you remember when I saw them in '82, it was Joan Jett and the B-52s, and Orlando wasn't ready for that, and the response from the crowd had me frankly embarrassed. So I mean, the crowd sucked.
I was embarrassed by the crowd for Mike Patton and it was CeeLo Green as the two people in Peeping Tom.
Yeah. And
like CeeLo Green, Crazy broke like the next year or something, and he's in this hall and he's surrounded by these Who nerds that got there extra earlier with their kids to see the opening band, and it was really despicable behavior.
Yeah.
And Mike Patton flipped everybody off as he was leaving. It
was not the right booking for that crowd.
It wasn't, and it was definitely a label booking. So, but that's neither here nor there. Sorry, old school. I am going to Wells Fargo Center. I'm going to take my son, Fisher Protocol Jr., just me and him, father-son road trip. It seems like me and Tom are going to our first Who show together, right?
Properly.
Yeah. Properly. Capital One Arena, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think...
It's on a Monday.
Huh?
It's on a Monday, which is my Saturday.
Yeah, and we're bringing some guests, but I don't think they understand what we're going to be doing.
Geeking out,
making videos for the Fisher Protocol, maybe a little, maybe one or two. And if anyone cares to meet us there, you find the guy. I'll be wearing my hat anyway. You know what I look like anyway. After that, I do have my sights set on some stuff in the fall, but that requires flights and all that kind of stuff, so we're going to hold off and wait and see. Denver, maybe Ohio seems best for me. You never know. Betsy, do you have any hope for traveling for anything like that?
I don't travel.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Tampa's going to, if I have to do Jacksonville, that's going to be, that's as much travel as I into. So my friends may feel otherwise. I'm bringing my best friend. We've been friends since we were 2. I told her, I was like, if they tour, it's on me. And so I'm really stoked to be with her again, because we were together in '82 to see that show. And then her husband and then my friend Paul. So we got a foursome going. It's gonna be fun.
Right on. Well, you need to take some videos so we can put Official Protocol video together.
Like when Mia and I just like have a total breakdown. So yeah.
Right on. That's exciting, and you know, I'm sure I'll be tweeting all day tomorrow when I actually have my tickets. And I'm also going to try to reach out to some people on Twitter who've never seen The Who before. Maybe they can come on and tell us about their first show, which I would love to hear. All right, so since we got some Who news going on, let's do it. I mean, we're not going to go too in depth here. Just go on with what is happening. Pete. In January, found out Pete produced and played on a new track by The Wild Things. I don't know if you guys got to hear it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the style of music. I don't know if I care for. I don't know. The opening line will get you.
Was it Only Attraction? I don't know if it was Only Attraction. Let's play this one. Let's see. Okay, when I heard it, it was not Love with the Lights On.
Yeah, no, there's 2 versions.
Okay, so this is the second one. I do like this song very much. I don't want to play too much for copyright. I know that they also were produced, like a whole album he helped produce. So that's something I definitely need to check out. Maybe on a long road trip to Florida to see The Who with Bets. We'll go. No.
I would love that.
No. Oh, let's just get to the shows we can get to, people. Let's not make plans.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So I've seen this name for a while now. Maybe you guys know a little bit more about this. And the reason why I bring up Simon Townsend is because I tend to try to support the Townsends and whatever they do. And so I guess there's a Townsend in a band called the Scarlet Rebels, which is actually doing very well in England right now. I don't know if you guys have listened to any of it. Mm-hmm. These are very small snippets just to make sure that, just to hear. That sounds pretty driving and rad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know the relation. I know there's Josh Townsend. I don't know if he's a son or a grandson or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I'll give it a shot. I'll buy a CD. I support.
I liked it. Yeah. I really did. It was pretty hard driving, so
Yeah. Did anyone buy the Emma Townsend CD? Anyone?
No.
Wonderland? All right. Well, I wish you guys were real fans because I own it. It's in here somewhere. Okay. I also bought Rachel.
Virginia Astley's solo album.
What?
I had Virginia Astley's album years ago, so I don't know. That was some cred.
Draw the lines there for me. Draw the line. Who's that? Who is Virginia Astley?
Pete's sister-in-law, Karen's sister.
That's deep.
She was Ravishing Beauties, yeah.
That's deep. I'm gonna need a copy of that.
Yeah, she does it. There's a song she does with David Sylvain. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had a conversation with a lawyer friend of mine when I was at an office, and they were like, who you going to see? Simon Townsend. He was like, is that Pete's brother? And I'm like, yeah. Really, dude? Pete's brother? What's your problem? I'm like, well, my son's middle name is Townsend, so that's the first problem. The second problem is, don't be so... I got really mad. Judgy. Anyway, Who movie about Keith Moon is finally underway with plans to shoot this summer. Who's excited about this?
It's been pushed back as many times as the James Webb's telescope had. So I until I see it, I won't believe it.
So since Bohemian Rhapsody come out, there's been a Motley Crue movie, there's been an Elton John movie. I think they're in movies to make right now. So that's why I think it is going to get made. The product of it is, I guess I just have to wait and see, because I thought I was a big Freddie Mercury fan, and then I saw Bohemian Rhapsody, and I was all caught up, and in the end, after seeing it 2 or 3 times in the theater, I was like, I don't think I like this movie.
Right.
Elton John, Rocket Man was much better because half of it was fantasy. Right?
Right.
Not just a straight biopic. A lot of it had him floating up off the stage and playing piano and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if we're going to get the Lenny Bruce movie of Keith Moon movies, which no one wants to see.
Right.
Which I don't know if you guys ever saw the Lenny Bruce movie.
Mm-mm.
It's not pretty. I don't want to see the ugly side of it. You know what I mean? So a lot of it's ugly, so I don't know how it's going to go.
We'll watch it.
We'll watch it. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to see it.
But yeah, this is definitely going to be a tightrope walk. It really, really is, because make it. I know Roger's pretty out loud about not making it a Bohemian Rhapsody type pick, but more of a Rocket Man. So yeah, if you can infuse a lot of sort of fantastic into it, it might work. But this is a real, I don't envy the people behind this because they've got a real job to do.
Yeah. And, they thought they were doing a real job in Queen, and I think they did some of a real job in Queen, but certain things, just 90% of that movie doesn't sit right. All right. Pete Townsend couldn't save crap lost 70s Who song. All right. So you guys read this a while ago, right? He said he tried to, the record company brought him a track called, I think, Ambition from Lifehouse that had Keith and John playing on it. And they said, we want you to do a box set for Who's Next. We want you to try to make this song work to put it out. He couldn't do it. And at the end, my favorite line is, I guess maybe it's not here, but it's basically like, oh, here it is. Well, there's a reason it's never been released before. It's because it's crap.
You can admit it.
But then every post I saw after it, it was someone else saying, "Oh, they can't wait for it to be released." I'm like, I thought I read the end of this thing, and it's not going to be released.
Yeah.
Right.
Not while Pete's alive.
Right. But the news coming out of that is he is still working on the graphic novel. And they do plan on putting out a Who's Next box set this year.
Fingers crossed.
Excellent news.
You're being a negative Nancy, Tom. I need you to be more of a positive Polly, okay?
I just go off how things have worked.
Yeah. I agree. So we'll see. All right. Deco Entertainment is honored to celebrate the life of John Entwistle of The Who. With an incredible collection from one of the most influential bass players of all time, we will be bringing you remastered recordings, studio recordings, never heard live recordings, demos, and more. So from what I hear, it's going to be 2 volumes. It's not going to be a complete reissue of his music, which is a bummer. Maybe that'll come afterwards. But I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yes.
And I'm working with Steve Longo, and I think we're going to try to have some John Entwistle content coming up soon here on Fisher Protocol, I think.
Maybe Whistle Rhymes?
I don't know. I haven't seen that check come in the mail.
No. Well, I'm always here for Whistle Rhymes content. So
Whistle Rhymes. See, what I like to do is, we made this mistake before, me and Tom. We busted out the gate with Quadrophenia when we should have waited. So are you sure Whistle Rhymes is what you want to do first? Because you can choose any Entwistle album you like. But if Whistle Rhymes is the one that you're out of the gate, yeah, maybe, pick it. Just speaking from experience, it's up to you. I'll do what you want to do.
I live for Whistle Rhymes content, but I will go with the flow. But okay. I am a Whistle Rhymes enjoyer. I love that album. It's totally underrated, and it's just it's perfect. It's a perfect record.
We'll talk after. All right, next piece. And I think that's the last piece. My favorite piece, right? Pete Townsend seems to be working on a new solo album. Now, this news came out the day before the tour announcement, and it came by way of a picture from Guy Pratt, who's played bass on Pink Floyd since like 1987. He's been the bass player. Mm-hmm. He's also worked with Madonna on Crazy Songs. He worked on Vogue, I think. Just a ton of stuff. I'm more excited about this than anything.
Me too.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I love it. Just any new Pete content is good.
Yeah. I don't know who is this gentleman he's working with.
I know one of the guys is formerly from Ice House, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Ice House?
They were like an early '80s band, and they did From Whisper to a Scream, which was kind of a minor hit, but yeah, it was a bit new wave, about, I'm going to say 83, 84.
Okay. Well, I like that stuff, so that's good. Oh, hey. All right, well, that's it for all the Who News, the tour, everything, the updates. So keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll have more, and we'll talk to you soon.